Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final week of Excel Basics for Data Analysis. Today, we are going to dive into the world of Excel charting. We will learn how to transform your data into comparing visuals that can impress your managers, colleagues, or even stakeholders, and communicate your insight effectively. So, whether you are sharing your data, you want to share your data to your colleagues, or you want to share your data to a client, or stakeholders, or managers, or supervisors, we are going to learn how you can be able to use compelling visuals that will impress your audience. So, data is powerful, but it's even more powerful when presented visually. Charts and graphs help us communicate trends and patterns that might be difficult to see in a raw numbers or text. So whether you are presenting to your manager or you are presenting to your colleague or you are presenting to a client, or whether you are presenting to a supervisor or a general audience or stakeholders, or you are sharing insight with a specific client, visuals are essentials. Okay, so you remember the word that says a picture says 1,000 words. You can see that concept here. So we are going to see the importance of communicating data effectively. We are going to see how we can use visual as a powerful tool for summarizing trends. Then we are going to see how you can use chart for both internal and external presentation. Okay, so let's start with pie chart as one of the essential chart types that we have. Okay, pie chart is one of the essential pie chart that we have. Now, pie charts are fantastic for showing proportions. Okay, they are very fantastic when you want to show just a certain proportion of your data, not the whole data set. You just want to show a certain proportion of your data. So they are like a visual slice of a pizza. When you go to Domino Pizza and get a pizza for yourself, or maybe for your family, where that pizza has a slice, okay, and each slice of this pizza represent a part of the whole pizza. Okay, so whether you have maybe maybe there has a slice of whether 8 or slice of 3 or slice of 4 or the size of whatever number depending on how big the pizza is. So the concept here is that you have a pizza with you, right? Or you enter into the menu pizza and you got a pizza for your consumption and you have cut it into different sizes, or even before at the Dominion Pizza they have cut this pizza for you in different sizes. Now each slice represents a different category, okay, and the size of the slice shows you how much of that category there is compared to the whole pizza. Okay, so for instance, maybe you have your maybe a family, you have your maybe children at home and you have assigned a homework for them, and while coming back you need to get them a pizza, and yeah, you have cut this pizza in different sizes and you want to give this pizza based on the performance, who performed best in the homework assigned to them. You see, so pie chart work in the same way. Okay, they help us see how different parts of a data set relate to each other. Understand, you have a data set, but you want to see how different parts of this data set relate to each other as a percentage of the whole. Understand, as a percentage of the whole, just like the pizza we talk about. Okay, so when do we use pie chart? Okay, we are going to see how or to know when you are going to use pie chart and when not to use it. So pie chart are best used when you have a single set of data. Okay, when you have a single set of data, but that doesn't mean that if you have a large data set, it means you are not going to use data set. But just understand that for you to, I mean, you are not going to use pie chart, but just understand that to use a pie chart, you only want to visualize a certain proportion or a single series of a data. Okay, so it is not good for when you want to visualize multiple data set, okay, or multiple series or set of your data. Okay, so like I said, they are best used when you have a single set of data, like the performance of one person, maybe the performance of a manager or marketer or salesperson, or the performance of a certain employee across different quarters. You are a company that runs, annually want to measure, your performance according to different quarters. We have quarters in a year, and you want to see the performance of your, maybe a sales manager or account manager or marketing manager across different quarters, okay, of the year. So, or you want to see the distribution of sales across different categories, okay. They are not ideal. Pie charts are not ideal for, compelling multiple set of data. So it has to be a specific series of data, okay, a single proportion of the whole data set, okay. So it's always best when you have a single set of data. You understand? It's always best. So let's see how that work, okay, using Excel. So sorry, let me go to Excel. Okay, so let's create a pie chart together. Okay, we are going to create a pie chart to see how that works. And so first we need to select our data. Now you can see we don't have just, we have different sets of data here. This is a data set that contains account managers information. Remember I told you you can use a pie chart when you want to measure or visualize a single proportion of a whole data set or a single data set. Now we have a data set that contains our account manager information. It could be a sales manager, it could be a marketing manager or product manager and all of that. Now we want to measure information that has to do with our account manager. I want to see their performances, okay, in different quarters of the year, and that is what this data has. Okay, this is a sales summary of 2016. Okay, so we are measuring, we want to see the performance of our account managers in that year, okay, in different quarters of that year. Okay, so we need to select our data. Okay, in this case we want to see how the first manager we could see on the list are Anya Zhang. Okay, we want to see how Anya Zhang perform across different quarters. You can see we have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, and these are the sales performances for each quarters for each of our account managers. Okay, so I will click on the cell A3, okay, which is account manager. Okay, which is account managers. Then I will drag my mouse down, then down to the cell E4. Okay, here we want to include this, that's I say include Anya Zhang's data for all quarters, okay, from the quarter 1 to quarter 4. Okay, so see, this also select the headings. Okay, this is the headings that we want. The account manager, the quarter 1, the quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4 are the headings, and these are the data that we need. The data that we need is the Anya Zhang sales performances for each quarter. Okay, now we will go to the insert tab. Okay, here is in the start tab at the top of the Excel window. Okay, so remember we thought of that in the Excel ribbons. Okay, you can see the tabs. Then we go to the insert tab in the chart group. This is the chart group. Everything you're seeing here is added in the chart group. Okay, so in this chart group you will see a small pie chart. You can see it here, the small pie chart icon. Okay, you click on it. If you click on it, you will see several options. So we have several options here, including 2D pie, 3D pie, and even donut pie. Okay, so but we start with a simple 2D pie chart. Okay, which is here. So we click on the pie. If you hover on them, you will see, okay, this one say pie. So we click on this pie. Okay, now and there you have it, a pie chart. It appears. Okay, so it appears showing you Anya Zhang's performance across the 4 quarters. Okay, each slide represents a quarter, and the size of the slide shows you the proportion of sales for that quarter. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, so let's explain this chart further. Okay, you notice that the chart automatically adds a legend. These are legends, right? The quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Okay, it automatically adds these legends, which tells you which slides represent which quarter. Okay, so you can see we have different slices here, right? Okay, represented with different colors, right? So this quarter, this legend here tells you, okay, the blue slide represents quarter one, and the orange slide represent the quarter two, and the this ash or gray slide represent the quarter three, and so the slide yellow represent the quarter four. Okay, so you can see that quarter three has the largest slide. This is the quarter three. You can see the color that represents it. So you know that this is the quarter three. And when you hover to it, you will see the information that this is a series of Anyazang point. Okay, quarter three, the value, you see the value, you see that it is 68% of the whole, the 68 percentage. Remember when I mentioned that you mentioned the 68 percentage of the whole. So you see that this is the, it shows that the quarter three has the largest slide, indicating that it has the largest cells, and the percentage is what, 68. Okay, now why the quarter four, this is the quarter four, right? It has the smallest, showing what, the lowest cells. You can see it's just 2%, and you look at the value, it's just 742 US dollars. Okay, so we have seen how we can be able to create a pie chart from rows. Okay, we have just selected out the first two rows of our data. Now let's see how we can create pie chart, okay, from columns. Okay, so we want to see how different account managers perform in quarter one. Okay, just quarter one. So we have our account, the first heading here, this that contains our account managers. Okay, and we want to see how these different account managers perform in quarter one. Okay, so to do this, I will select the account manager column here. So I can use the keyboard shortcut. After I've selected the account manager, I'll press Control plus Shift plus the down arrow to select it. Then Control plus Shift. If I press, no, I don't have to use Control plus Shift, because if I do that, it will select the whole data. Okay. So what I can do is I can decide to hold my Shift and select this one as well. Then Control plus Shift and down arrow to select the two information that I want. Okay, here we have just selected the account manager, okay, information. Then I mean the account manager columns and the quarter one column. Okay, so including the headings, okay, which is the account manager and the quarter one. Okay, then I will go to the insert tab again. So here in the insert tab, I'll click on the pie chart again, as we did on the chart groups. Then I will go and insert the pie chart icon again and choose pie, the 2D pie that we selected. So you can see we are able to see the performance of each account manager for just quarter one. Okay, you can see say quarter one here as the chart title, and you can see the legends here shows you, okay, Anyazang has the blue, maybe Anyazang performed the best or whatever. So it's not, this is not the Anyazang, the blue here. I think let's hover over it, we see the one that has, I think it's this particular blue. Okay, then this Nicholas, I think this is for the Nicholas. Okay, you can see. So with these legends, it tells you which slice, okay, here goes to which account manager. Okay, so you see a new pie chart that is different. As you can see, this is a pie chart. It looks quite different from the one we saw earlier. Okay, this pie chart showing the performance of each account manager in quarter one. Okay, again, the size of each slice represent the proportion of sales for that manager. So the size of any of these slides here, you can see there are different sizes. It represent the proportion of sales for that manager. So remember, I said we are going to talk the limitation of pie chart. Pie chart actually has a limitation. Okay, so remember, pie charts are best for a single series. That's one thing you should have in mind. It's best for a single series of data. So if you try to include multiple series, like maybe you want to add quarter one and quarter two for these managers, the chart won't be very helpful. If you do that, to do this, let's just, as we have selected the chart, right? Now you come to this towards the fill handle. Remember, Then if I decide to maybe add quarter two and quarter three to this data, it will not look healthy. It won't, even I don't even think that okay it updates. Okay, let me just make sure that I select the data. If you move the field handle back, let me move it. It doesn't even add anything. That's to tell you that you cannot that's to tell you that you cannot even let me select the data again. You cannot even use pie chart to visualize different data set. It depends on the version of Excel you're using. There is a version of Excel you are using, it will update, but it will not look good. It will look so tattered. But on my own version, you can see that it doesn't even, it only recognize the quarter one for me. It doesn't want to see because it knows that, oh, I cannot use a pie chart to see, measure, or to visualize different quarters of the data set. You can only measure one series. Okay, so you can see that I tried to measure, I tried to add other quarters and it wasn't useful for me. Okay, so I've already tried that. So if you can try that as well in your own Excel, and probably you might have a different result. Okay, so this doesn't even represent what we want. So you can decide if you want to try it and see. Maybe on your own version it might add them, but it will look very poor or very bad. Okay, so this is why we use column chart when you want to compare multiple series. Okay, so you want to compare multiple series, you better use column chart. So let's go to the slide and see. This will now take us to the next essential chart type, column chart. Okay, the column chart. Now these are perfect. The column charts are perfect for comparing data across different categories or period or different series. Okay, multiple series of data. Okay, the concept here is that, okay, imagine you are comparing the height of different buildings. Okay, each building is represented by a column. Okay, you want to compare the height. Maybe you have different buildings, you want to compare their height, okay, of different buildings. Maybe you have 2-story, 3-story, 1-story building, and you want to compare their height. Okay, each building is represented by a column. Okay, and the height of the column shows you the height of the building. Okay, now column chart works similarly, okay, with this concept that I just explained. Okay, they use columns to represent data, and the height of the column shows the value of that data. Okay, so the higher the value, the higher the column. Okay, just like on the pie chart, the larger the what I call it, the slice, or the size of the slice, that means the higher the value, the larger the value. So the same thing goes to the column. Okay, so we want to see when to use column. When do we use column chart? Okay, column charts are great for comparing multiple series of data. Okay, like the sales of different products across different months. Okay, so now it's not just a sales of a certain product across different months, but a sales of its different products. Okay, whether there are 2 or 3 products, you can use column chart to visualize them across different months or different quarters or different year. Okay, or the performance of different individuals across different quarters. Okay, so let's see how this works. We are going to create a column chart. Then we are going to see how we can add and remove data series for a column chart, just like we tried to did for the pie chart, and it didn't work out for us. Okay, because you cannot use pie chart to visualize multiple series. So we're going to demonstrate that now, creation and data cell manipulation. So let's create a column chart together. Okay, so we want to compare the performance of different account managers, okay, across 2 quarters, just like we tried to did for the pie chart, and it didn't work out for us. So I will select the account manager again here. Then I'll select the account manager. Then I'll quarter one and quarter two, and I'll drag it down. Okay, or you can use the keyboard shortcut to do that quickly. Okay, so I've selected account manager here information, and I collected the quarter one and the quarter two, the headings, and I drag it down to select the the data that I need. Okay, then I will go to insert again in the top of the Excel window, and then in the chart group here, in the chart group I will click the column chart icon. This is the column chart icon here. So if I click on it, I will also try to choose the, you see you have different options. So we want to use the 2D column. Okay, so let's click on the clustered column. Okay, or simply call it column chart. Okay, so you will see a chart with column representing, as you can see here, representing each account managers. These are the account managers, representing their each of these account managers cells. In quarter one and the what quarter two, you can see the legends that are added, telling you that the columns blue colors represent quarter one, the columns in orange color represent quarter two. So that's how you can see, okay, Iron Zhang in quarter one, you can see the column representing the sales maybe made 5,000. Okay, as you can see here, is within the $5,000, while in quarter two is within the maybe 7,000. So 7,000 is in between 5,000 and 10,000. So you can see that, okay, using the column chart, and you can see the different colors, okay, that represent the different quarters for us, making it easy to compare performance. Okay, just like I just did. Okay, so we can as well add and remove data cells series in our column chart. Okay, so let's say your manager, for instance, these are your managers for your business, want you to, or maybe you are working in a company and your manager, okay, you are a data analytics and you are, you know, trying to share an insight by visualizing your data set, and your manager wants you to include all four quarters in the chart. Okay, after you have just, you know, just visualize the quarter one and quarter two, and your manager say, okay, we are being able to see for, okay, the quarter one and quarter two. Now, okay, we want to see all quarters for the year. Okay, so you don't have to create the chart again. Okay, after you have presented this to your manager and they were able to make a decision for the quarter one and the quarter two, and now the manager now say, okay, or your friend or supervisor or even your colleague that you're working with, and say, okay, I want to, let's see, all want you to include all four quarters in the chart. Okay, but here you don't have to start afresh by creating another chart. So what you have to do is to just, as you click on the chart is being selected already, then you will notice that a cell highlighted. Okay, let me just click away. You can see. So immediately I click on the chart, you see a cell highlighted the data range that is used for this chart. Okay, so you will see a small square here. As you can see, this small square at the bottom right, or at the corners of the highlighted range here at the end. Okay, if I click on that, that is a fill handle. If I click on it, that fill handle at the bottom right corner of the range, if I click on it then and drag it across the four quarters, I think I didn't select, let me undo so that I will not. So if I click on it, okay, then I will drag it across the four quarters. You can see it updates the moment I click on the fill handle at the bottom right corner and drag it to include quarter three and quarter four. Let me just do that. You see how it updates accordingly. So first of all, let me drag it to quarter three first and leave it. You will see how it's, you know, include the quarter three in the information. But what if you want to drag it to maybe to contain the whole quarter four? You can see it adjusted the chart for us. Okay, so now all four quarters are included. Okay, so you can also remove the data series by dragging the fill handle in the opposite direction. Okay, this gives you the flexibility to quickly update your chart as your data changes. Okay, so you can see in this chart you can easily compare the performance of different account managers, okay, for all the 4 quarters. Okay, you can see, you're able to compare the performance of all the account managers for all the 4 quarters. So you can see for Anyazang, you can see that for in quarter 3 it did very well. Okay, in fact, it seems like almost all the managers, they did very well, or majority of the managers did well. Okay, not just that they did well, but they perform better even than other account managers that perform well in the quarter 4. Okay, so that is why you can see here that Allianz Bank, the performance for each of the 4 quarters, you can see that okay, in the quarter 4 it did very, very poor. That is why when we use pie chart to visualize Anyazang performance for the 4 quarters alone, we are able to see that the pie chart for the quarter 4 was very, very, very little. But you can see that it is not that clear for us, right? So that is why it is good to use pie chart when you want to visualize one portion. Okay, just a proportion, one proportion of a data set. Okay, so they can have a better view of it and all that. Okay, so this makes our column chart a powerful tool for analyzing and presenting data. So let's also see the next essential chart types that we have, which I think is the line chart. Okay, now let's explore line charts. These are perfect for visualizing trend over time. Okay, so we are going to see when to use line charts. Okay, it's a time series data. When you want to measure time series data, that is when line chart is most useful. So we are going to create this line chart, and we are going to see the importance of sufficient data point and the creating line chart with multiple series and all of that. Okay, so the concept here is imagine you are tracking the temperature throughout the day. Okay, remember that I said line chart is used for, especially when you are measuring a time series. Okay, time could be time of the day or the weeks or the months. It has to do with timing period. Okay, so imagine, like I say, you want to track, you are tracking the temperature throughout the day. Okay, so you could plot the temperature on a graph, okay, with time on the horizontal axis and temperature on the vertical axis. Okay, the graph will show you how the temperature changed over time, okay, forming a line for you. Okay, that is why it is called line chart. Okay, so line chart work the same way, showing trends and changes in data over a continuous period. Okay, whether you are measuring for a time of the day within 24 hours of the day, or 7 days in a week, or however 30 days in a month and all that. So when do we use line charts? Line charts are best used for time series data. I've said that already. So like monthly sales, okay, stock prices, or website traffic. Okay, so they help you see patterns and trend over time. You want to see how people, people that log into your website and all of that. So okay, so I just want to make sure this is still going on. So let's create a line chart together. Okay, now we want to see the trend in Anyazang's performance across the 4 quarters. Okay, so I'll select the headings again, which is the account manager, then and the Anyazang. Okay, the Anyazang's name and the data for 4 quarters. Okay, so I want to select the data for 4 quarters for Anyazang. Okay, then I will go to the insert tab again. Remember, that was almost the same thing we did when we visualized bar chart, but this time we want to visualize using line chart. So I will go to the insert, then you can, under the chart group, I'll click on the line chart icon. This is the line chart icon here. Then if I click on it, then it will pop up and show me different varieties of line chart. Okay, so I'll click on the line chart here. Okay, remember, if you hover, you can see the chart. So I will click on the line chart icon, choose a basic 2D. This is the basic 2D line chart. Okay, so once I click on it, you will see a line chart showing Ironzang's performance over time. You can see in quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, how the performance moves, okay, in a line. Okay, so the horizontal axis here represent the quarters. These are the horizontal. Okay, remember, lines that moves in this direction are horizontals, while lines that move in these directions are vertical. So you can see in the horizontal axis, okay, here, that it represents the quarters, and the vertical axis, which is the y-axis. The horizontal axis is the x-axis, while the vertical axis, which is also known as the y-axis, represent the cells. Okay, the cells information. So you can see that the line goes up from quarter one to quarter three. You see how it moves, it keeps moving. Quarter two, it moves, then it skyrocketed in quarter three, then it goes down in quarter four. Okay, showing a decrease. So you can see how we are able to see this insight. Okay, this chart helps us to visualize the trend in Ironzang's performance. Okay, so now you want to add more data point to our line chart. Okay, so for line chart to be impactful, you need enough data points. Okay, so let's switch to the monthly sales. So you can see the monthly sales we have here. Okay, so this these are the data sets we have in the monthly sales sheet. Okay, which has monthly, you can see the monthly sales data. Okay, for the month February, March, and all of that, and with their date and their total sales. Okay, so I will select all the data. Okay, I want to select all the data. Then I'll click Ctrl plus Shift down to select all the data. Then I'll go to the Insert. Okay, in the Insert tab, here in the Insert tab, I'll click on the icon, go to the line. Remember the line chart that we selected. Okay, so I will select the basic line chart again. So you can see a line chart showing the sales trend over many months. Okay, these are the months, many months. So you can see the trends, how the trends looks like for each month. Okay, so this chart provides a much clearer picture of the sales trend for us. Okay, for the entire data set for the monthly sales that we have. Okay, so also we want to see line chart with multiple surveys. Okay, not just a specific service. Okay, so just like column charts, line chart can also include multiple series. Okay, so you can try experimenting with creating a line chart that shows the sales trend for multiple account managers. So we can do that. Let me just quickly do that, selecting this particular chart. So you want to see for instance, maybe you want to see show a line chart that shows the sales trend for multiple account managers. You can do that. I don't want us to waste time. Maybe you can just sorry, let me select that again. Then in the field handle, you can decide to drag it down and you include more information and you keep dragging. So I wouldn't want us to wait more time, or let me just add maybe up to 3 or 4. Let me add, okay, from here. So you can see how you can be able to use line chart to see for different account managers in the different quarters. Okay, we just added for the 3 account managers, and we will come to where you will see how you can add legends and all that, and even axis title and chart title. That's not what I want us to discuss now. So I want to take this class one after the other. So the next thing we want to see is chart movement. We have been able to discuss the basic chart we have in Excel, which include the pie chart, the column chart, and the line chart. These are among the basic line chart, okay, or among the what's it called, the essential chart types that we have in Excel. So whether you call it essential or call it basic chart. So now what we want to do is chart movement and resizing. You see how you can be able to move your chart, okay, and as well resize it. Okay, so we have created our charts, different charts, and see how it works. Then let's learn how to move and resize them. Okay, after you have created a chart, okay, maybe you need to move them or you want to resize them. So this is crucial for organizing your worksheet and ensuring your chart are presented effectively. Okay, the concept here is that, okay, let's say just like you can move and resize objects on a page, okay, you can move and resize chart in Excel. Okay, this shows you to it allows you on how to place your chart exactly where you want them and adjust their size to fit your needs. Okay, so first, let's move a chart within the same sheet. Okay, we want to move a chart within the same sheet. So let's go to Excel. Okay, so let's say okay, let's move it. Use this particular chart, for instance, that we already have here. Okay, or let me go to the monthly sales here. So we want to move a chart within the same sheet. So I'll click on that chart. I've selected this chart to select it. Okay, so you see a small circle. You can see that are surrounding. The reason why I wanted to use this monthly sales is because we have enough space, okay, just for me to move within the same Excel sheet. Okay, so once we click to on a chart, let's demonstrate that. Once I click on it, as you see small circles, okay, surrounding the small circle that surrounding the chart. These are called selection handles. These circles, okay, as in here, they are called selection handles. Okay, so it appears around the edges, okay, of the chart, indicating that the chart is selected. Okay, now hover your mouse. Let's say I want to hover my mouse over the chart. Okay, if I hover my mouse over the chart, you can see there is an icon. You see a four-headed arrow. This arrow, you can see it here as I'm moving my mouse. Four-headed arrow, which is the move cursor. Okay, it helps you to move. If you want to move this chart from one location to another location within the spreadsheet. Okay, so I will click and hold my mouse button. Okay, and I can now decide to drag. Okay, maybe I want to drag it to this location over here. I want to drag it and leave it here. Okay, so you can see how I was able to select the chart. Then as I hover, you see the four headed arrows. You click and hold your mouse and now move to wherever you want to position it at. Okay, and leave it. So you can place it anywhere you like, okay, in your data set. Okay, now let's see how you can copy and paste chart to different sheet. Okay, so let's move a chart to a different sheet. Now we just move a chart within our sheet. We now want to move it to a different sheet. So you can right click on the chart, just like I have selected it already, and I'll click on the right click. When you click on the right click on the chart and select copy, as you can see, I can select copy, right? I just want to show you different way you can be able to move your chart. Then click on the sheet where you want to paste it. Okay, let's say I want to paste it on this. Maybe for example, I will create a new sheet first. Okay, let me create a new sheet. Okay, so then I'll click. As I click on this sheet, if I click either I use control V, okay, or I will just right click again. Okay, I will right click, not here, let me just right click. I'll right click and I click on paste. Okay, here in the paste you can decide to choose the paste options that you want. Okay, so if I click on the paste, or let me just make sure that let's go back to it and make sure that let me right click again, and sorry, not I've just selected some series. Okay, right click, then copy. Then I'll come to this sheet, for instance, and I'll right click again, and I want to paste. Let's say in the paste option, I can decide if I want to use destination theme or keep source formatting or just the picture. If you use the picture, you can now be able to, it will be static. So if let's say I want to keep the source formatting and I click it, you see I've copied the data from the the line chart. I've copied it from the monthly sales and also pasted it on the new sheet that I created. Okay, so you can also use the move chart tool that is on the what's it called, on the tabs. Okay, so let me explain how this work. Let me go to the sales 2016 for Excel and use it to explain this. So Excel also provide a dedicated move chart tool, okay, that can help you to move your chart. Okay, so once I have this chart selected already, then I will see a chart tools. If you look at the tabs, you see a chart tool, right? As you can see it here, this is the chart tools I'm talking about. It will appear if I don't select any chart, it will disappear. So the moment I select any, let me the moment I select any chart, the chart tool will appear on top of here. So I will click on the design tab. Okay, if I click on the design tab, okay, within the chart group, okay, the chart style or chart tools, I mean to say, then on the far right here, you will see you will find the move chart button here. If I click on it, then you will see different options. Okay, you will see two options. The options we have here is the new sheet options here, okay, or objecting. Okay, so if you select new sheet, for instance, let's select the new sheet. Okay, then the chart will be moved to a separate chart sheet. Okay, so here I can name it let's say the, because let's close this so that I will use a specific, let me say move this, I'll leave it here. Let me use information here that contains, I want to use information that contains only one account manager. Okay, so what I can do now is okay, let me just use this chart, okay, for the purpose of saving our time. So you go to the move chart on the at the top at the far right of the design tab. Okay, so I have selected the new sheet. Then you need to name it. So now, since this is Anya Zhang, this chart that we selected is a visualization showing us the sales trend of Anya Zhang and the co. Maybe I will say Anya Zhang, Anya, and let me just use their first name, Charlie, and who else again? Connor. Okay, let me just name it. So if I click OK, okay, after or let me see Anyazan, Chare, and Connor 2016, so that you have a better insight of which year, okay, we are trying to find insight for. Okay, now if I click OK, you will see a new sheet will be added the moment I click OK. Okay, you see a new sheet that was added, and that new sheet is named Chare and Connor 2016 chart, okay, containing the chart only. Okay, this new sheet with only the chart. Okay, so if you select object instead of the new sheet, just like on the cell 2016, when we click on the, when you select this and click on the design tab and go to the move chart, there are two options, like you have object, you have new cells. I just want to point at it so you see what I'm talking about. So if you select this object in, you can choose this sheet where you want to move the chart. For example, I want to move that chart back. Okay, I want to move this chart back to I think where we selected it was from the, I think SL 2016, right? That is where we selected it. So I want to move this chart back, okay, to the cell 2016. So I will go to the move chart again. Then in the objecting, I'll select it. Then in the drop down, I will select cell 2016. And if I press OK, it will move the chart back, okay, to cell 2016. Okay, so now let's see how we can resize our chart. Okay, now let's resize this chart, for instance, that we have here. Okay, so you click on I've already clicked and selected this chart. Then you will see the selection handle. Okay, that is surrounding it. Okay, so if you click and drag any of these handles, like here, you can decide to click on this or this. These are the selection handle and circle like I told you. So if you click and drag on them, it will size either decrease or increase. So let's use this for instance. Okay, so if I click, you see, or I can increase. If I leave my button, you can see how it the moment I select and either decrease or increase and leave my mouse, it will resize it the way I want. So first you have to select that corner before you start moving, depending on you want to decrease or increase the chart to how you want it to be. Okay, so you have why resizing and a moving chart, you have to consider printing in mind. There are considerations for printing charts. Okay, when resizing, okay, consider how the chart will look when printed. Okay, so you can go to the page layout. Let's go to the page layout. This is the page layout. Okay, I have to unselect the chart. Okay, now in the page layout tab, okay, you see this print that is under the sheet options. Okay, so we'll check this print. Okay, you have to check the print checkbox under the grid lines. Okay, this is the grid line, so you can see the print here. Check it. Okay, this will show you the page boundaries. Okay, so you might need to adjust the chart size and position it position to fit both the size and position to fit within the page. Okay, so if I, for instance, how this chart is now, let me use this page layout here now. You see how it will be when you print it. So if I just use the current size and the position and I print my data, you see how it divided the chart for me. So positioning and resizing, you have to consider what's it called, the position and the size of your chart where it is before printing. Okay, so you can also change the page orientation to landscape. Remember, if you go to the orientation, you can decide, okay, it's in portrait, you can decide to change it to landscape to see how it looks like when you know print your data. Maybe for you to change, and you can see it's still divided. So the positioning and the size of your chart matters when you, especially when you want to print the chart. So if you find it difficult to fit the chart on a regular worksheet, you may consider moving it to a chart sheet. So what this means is that you create a chart sheet. Okay, chart sheets are designed to hold only charts. Okay, making them perfect for printing. Okay, so just like we did when we used the move to remove a chart to a new sheet that holds only the chart. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about before we end today's class is chart styling and color customization. Okay, so we want to make our chart visually appealing by customizing their styles and colors. Okay, the concept here is that Excel provides various tools to quickly change the look of your chart. Okay, including the layout, colors and styles. Okay, so these tools help you create professional looking charts that match your company's branding or your personal preference. Okay, remember I said if you're working for a company, probably that company has a primary color, or you personally you like a specific color. Okay, just like for the purpose of this class, we will use maybe one color that maybe best appealed to us, or that we think will best appeal to our clients. Okay, so using the chart quick layout. Okay, you can use quick layout to do this. So let me come back to, okay, so here I will select this chart. For instance, I want to select this chart. Then in the chart tools, okay, here in the chart tools tab, okay, remember as I told you that once you click on a chart, once you select a chart, the chart tool tab will appear for you. So you go to the design tab. Okay, on the left you will see the quick layout. You can see the quick layout here. Okay, if I click on this quick layout, I can decide to select the layout that I want. Okay, you can see the different layouts that I want depending on the one that best, you know, resonate to you or your audience, or the one that best or clearly choose the data that you are presenting. Okay, so you can choose different layouts that you want. Okay, this one has contains grid line, and if you want to maintain the same just like this, but you don't want the grid lines just like these lines that are showing on it, you can select this one. Okay, so let's say I want to select this one for instance. Okay, that remove the grid line inside them. Okay, so as I click on the quick layout and see several predefined layouts. Okay, as I hover towards them, you see how it was, as I hover, it changes the preview. You see a preview, okay, of how it will look before you select. Okay, so when I select this particular layout, okay, as the one that best suit for me, because maybe probably I don't want the grid line to show. Okay, so another thing is changing chart colors. I've just, we have just used the quick layout and we choose the one that best suits us. Now you want to change the chart colors. Okay, so how to do this? You click the change colors as you can see here. Let me remove this one. You see the change colors, right? So if you click on the change colors button, okay, next to the quick layout, okay, you will see two options. They are colorful and they are monochromatic. Okay, the monochromatic and the colorful. Okay, but on different color options for you. Okay, so colorful, as you can see here, these colorfuls provide a variety of colors. Okay, while monochromatic uses shade of a single color. Okay, a single color. Now that single color in different shade, as you can see here, this is blue, right? But different shade of blue. But here are different colors. Okay, the colorful provide a variety of colors. Okay, for you. Okay, why monochromatic uses a shade of a single color. So here I want to choose a color scheme that matches my preference. So if I hover through the colors, you can see how they appear. Okay, if I hover to the colors, you can see how they appear. Okay, so for my case, I will want the green color, okay, that shows positive. Okay, no, usually green color represent positive, right? And maybe I just want to use it. But this visualization doesn't, it's not to show what is positive and what is negative. But let's say this one is the one that most appeal to us, and you can select it, or if it is monochromatic, you can see, different colors in their different shades. You can choose the one that best appeal to you. So let's select this one. Okay, so you can also apply chart styles. You can also apply different styles to your chart. Okay, so to apply a chart style, you look at the chart style section on the design type. Okay, this is design type. Now look at the chart type, chart styles, and you can see different chart styles that we have. And as I hover towards them, you can see it shows me different preview of how it will look when I select them. So if you decide to select maybe the one that best appeal to you, or let me say maybe you want to, you see how this one moves, you see this one, you see this option. So probably maybe I like this one, or I like this one, or maybe depending on the one that best showcase. Okay, let's say we want to okay, let's say we like this one and use this color that has a black background or a shade of gray background or something like that. Okay, so these styles applied predefined formatting, including colors, font, and effects. Okay, so it's not just this changing the styles applies both colors, fonts, and effects on your chart. Okay, so now if we want to change our chart type. Okay, we want to change our chart types. So let's say, let me see, okay, let's see if we will demonstrate with this one. So if you want to change the chart type altogether, okay, you click on the change chart type. So I've selected this, the chart I want. Then you can see change chart type here. Okay, at the on the under the design tab in the chart tools, you see change chart type at the right side. Okay, when I click on it, you see a dialog box, okay, that will appear. Okay, this dialog box with all the available chart types that we have. Okay, you can select the new chart type and click OK. For example, now I can change maybe this pie chart. Do this, let me not use this particular, because, or okay, I can change this line chart to a column chart. So let's see, if I want to see, maybe if you see here, will show you a preview of how it looks like, and you can see this is not the best option. So let me see how it will look on, if it is bar, it's not yet the best option. So let's not use this particular chart. I want to use a chart that is simple, and that will be simple for us. Okay, so let's see, okay, this particular line chart, let's use it. So you go to change chart type, and let's see if we want to change this to a column chart. As you can see, so you see how it looks like. Okay, when you change the, this is a preview of how it will look like. Okay, whether you want to select this option or you want to select, so let's go with the this particular option. This one tells you the quarters, okay, by quarters, while this one by account managers. Okay, we have three account managers, so you see them on the x-axis on the horizontal line, okay, on the horizontal sections here, and the source information. But this one is showing us the quarters. Okay, now with a legend of the Anyazang and the Charlie, and that's the account managers that we selected. But here is the account managers, but the legends are the quarters. So you can choose whichever one you want, depending on the, if we want to see, for instance, now this one best resonate with what we want to do, because we are actually looking at the account managers for their quarters. So the legend here tells us the quarter for any of these account managers. So I think this one is the best. So you click on OK. You see how we are able to change the line chart. Okay, from we are able to change the chart from line chart to a column chart. This happens especially when you visualize a data using the wrong chart type. You can quickly change it without having to go and creating the chart from beginning. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk is the chart modification, adding and editing element. Okay, now let's fine tune our chart by adding and editing chart elements. Okay, I told you we are going to do this. Okay, so chart elements are the various components of a chart, such as titles, axis, and you have the chart titles, we have the axis titles, we have the legends. I've been showing us the legends, and also the data labels. So you can add and edit this element to provide more context and clarity to your chart. So if you have a chart that doesn't show these labels, you can equally add them by yourself. So adding chart elements, you have to select the chart. Let's go to Excel. Okay, so we want to, let's see the, let me see if, sorry, Ctrl Z, not what I want to do. So let me, okay, let me see if we have another chart we can use that we can, okay, okay, I want to see a chart that doesn't have much information. So let's use this one for instance. Okay, the pie chart we have here. Okay, so you have to select a chart and go to the design tab. As you can see, the design tab here. Okay, if you select this design type, then on the far left you will see the add chart element. You can see it here. Okay, the button, add chart element button. Okay, if you click it, you will see a drop down menu with various chart elements. You can see here. Okay, okay, so for example, to add a chart title, we have a chart title already. So let's say you want to, we have the chart title, but you want to maybe modify it. Currently it is in the above chart, so we can decide to say maybe center of array, or you can even say more title options, or let's assume it was initially none, or understand this chart doesn't contain chart title. Now you want to add a chart title, you click on the chart title, then you select where you want the chart title to be, so above the chart. Okay, this is a placeholder that will show the title. Okay, and it will appear, and you can decide if you want to rename the chart title. Okay, so just like this one just showed Anya Zhang. So you can decide if you want to maybe say Anya Zhang 20 okay, this is a different quarter, 2016 sales, or whatever you want to maybe name it. Okay, you can say Anya Zhang 2016 sales. Okay, or sales summary, Anya Zhang 2016 sales summary. Okay, okay, not enter, then you click away. Okay, so once you click away, then I've named the chart title. Okay, select the chart again, then maybe you want to add as this title, like this chart probably. Okay, let's do that with this particular chart. Okay, 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 just like, okay, even this chart now, I would have used this particular chart. Okay, let me see if we can use it, because it doesn't have a chart title. So but this time let's not focus on the chart title. We have seen how you can add a chart title, but this time we want to see how you can add axis titles. Okay, so you can see on the axis title here. Okay, it tells you if you want to, if you click on the axis title, okay, on the add chart element. Okay, so you see primary and the horizontal. See, as I hover towards the primary horizontal, you can see if it is primary vertical, you can see. So if you want to add, let's say I will select primary horizontal, and maybe on this primary horizontal, then I'll come back again and I'll go to the chart element again, and I want to select primary vertical as well. Okay, so that both the primary and the y axis and s axis will have a title. Okay, so again, you can see, you can double click if you want to rename. You can double click and you can rename, or just click on it, and as you double click it on the placeholder title that appears, then you can decide to type what you want to type. So let me remove this property, we'll come to it later. So you can decide to maybe name this whatever, maybe the account managers. For here you can name it account managers, and the other side you can name it sales distributions. Okay, so sorry, I don't want this to be in all capital. Okay, okay, that's the font style that is used is of capital. So you can actually decide to, because of the particular style that we selected, so it has to be a capitalized format. So you can say your account managers. Okay, you can decide to name it account managers, and this one too, you can decide to name it maybe sales distribution. Maybe we name it sales, or let's just name it sales. Okay, so we see how we are able to add charter. So we can also, let me okay, let's see, want to add a chart title to this one as well. So chart title not actually chart title I meant to say. So you can decide to say above the chart, and you can decide to name it whatever you want to name it. Okay, so maybe sales 2016 or for 3 account managers. So without wasting our time, we just leave it like this for now. Okay, so you can see how you can be able to add chart titles. Now you can also do this using the plus button, or or the paint blush or the funnel that is at the side of the chart. You can also use this to customize your chart. Okay, so you can also add chart element using the plus sign. So this is the plus sign. If you click on this plus button that appears when you select the chart, okay, so you, as I've clicked the plus sign, then you see this check boxes for various chart elements. So it told us the one that we have selected. Okay, so you can decide to add whichever one you want to add. Okay, so for various these various chart elements, you can decide to check the one that you want to add. So if I want to add chart data labels, I can decide if I want to add data tables, if I want to add LO bars, and all of these, I can decide to add it on the chart. So let's say I want to add the or maybe the trend line, or let me add the error bars, for instance. Okay, so you select the error bars, and you can even go further to see, well, if it is standard error or percentage or standard deviation. Okay, whichever one you want to, then you can now even see more options and do that. But I don't want us to go further in doing that, so let's just leave it and the one it is currently. Okay, now we can also use the pen brush. This is the pen brush, right? Then the pen brush icon lets you quickly change the style and colors of the chart. Okay, it helps you to change the quickly change the style and colors of the chart, just like we did on the design on this chart style area. So let's click on it. If you click on the pen brush, okay, you can be able to select if you want to change. You can see you can from here change the chart style. So I don't want us to go further into it. Then the funnel icon lets you filter. Okay, this is a funnel icon. It lets you to filter the data displayed in the chart. Okay, let me click on the funnel so you can see. So if I decide to remove the quarter one, okay, I can uncheck it. Okay, if I decide to say click on uncheck all, okay, it will filter the data for the quarters. Okay, or you can, or maybe for the what's it called, the categories, either for the series or for the category. So you can uncheck select all and check the data series you want to display. Okay, so for instance, maybe I just want to display for quarter one. If I click on it, you see it will only display. Maybe if I want to add quarter two to it, it will display both, understand, the quarter one and the quarter two for you. So this is how you can be able to add other series. Okay, for instance, I just want to see the quarter one, and let me select all, and maybe probably just for the Anya Zhang. Okay, and if you click on apply, it will apply to the data set. You can see just for the Anya Zhang, it shows us quarter one. And what if I want to maybe add quarter two for only the Anya Zhang, and I apply it, and you see this is how you can filter your data using the funnel that you have here. So it helps you to quickly do things without having to, going forth and on and forth the design tab or the tabs and other. Okay, so you can also, let me undo what we just did. Okay, let me just, I don't want this to waste our time. Let me just select all. That's all. Select all, and apply. Okay, that's all. So now another way you can do this is to double clicking on the chart. Okay, for more details, if you want to find more detailed formatting, you want to format your chart, okay, in a more detail, okay, you can use the double click. So if I double click on this chart, you can see this property pane that will appear. Okay, this is a formatting pane. It is called a formatting pane. So once you double click on any of the charts. The formatting pane will appear on the right side of the screen. Here you can change the fill. Okay, you want to change the fill or the line or the effect. Okay, this is the effect depending on the chart you selected. Okay, let me close it, and you can see, because I selected the information inside, that's why it didn't show me all the everything that I want. So here you can decide if you want to change the fill and the line, the effect, and even the size and properties. Okay, so that's it, of all the selected, especially when you want to change the size and properties of all the selected element. Okay, so you can experiment this. Okay, you can experiment with these options. You can go to the fill and you can decide it's in automatic. You can decide to say no fill, and you can decide, you see, once I say no fill, the fill, the background fill disappears. Or you can decide if you want to add a picture fill. You can customize it further, or you want to add a gradient fill, solid fill, or just the automatic as it was before. You can explore further, check the this effect further and all that. So you can do that personally, okay, to customize your chart further, make it to be visually appealing. But remember that the purpose of data visualization is just, it's not just to make your data visually appealing, but to actually share an insight. Okay, that is why it is important to know the when to use specific chart type. Okay, so now that brings us to the conclusion of today's class. Okay, so you have now learned the essential skills for creating and customizing charts in Excel. Remember, practice is key to mastering these skills. Okay, so I encourage you to practice. Okay, try creating different charts with your data, experiment with different chart types, styles, and elements. Share your work on the discussion. You can share it on the, okay, I think I give you an access on the that what's it called, the group, on the WhatsApp group. You can share it on the WhatsApp group when you do that, so that people on the group will see that you are actually doing something. Okay, so you can share your work there on our WhatsApp group to see that you're actually learning and doing something. So this will help you reinforce your learning and learn from others as well. Okay, so if you are ready to take your SSQ next level, you are going to join us in the intermediate course. Okay, because you are going to move into the intermediate phase of our comprehensive data analysis mentorship training using Microsoft Excel. Okay, so we will cover more advanced charting techniques as well as other powerful Excel features. Okay, so today we covered pie chart for showing proportions, column chart for comparing data, and line chart for tracking trends over time. So we also learn how to move, resize, style, and modify chart by practicing these skills. So you'll be able to create compelling visuals that communicate your data effectively. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any question, you can come up with it.
No question, my brother. So when is the hands-on practice coming?
That will be probably tonight. Once you have access to the,
Remember
you need to have access to the recorded video, so
guys-
you go through it, then the hands-on practice follows. Yes?
the last one we did, there was no hands-on practice.
The last one, okay, that one is printing, right?
Okay.
I gave
Yeah.
you a hands-on practice. Ah, I did.
No, he did not give me.
Are you sure? I'll check. The printing.
Only send me. No,
Okay, one thing about printing is you can use any data, even the available data that you have. Okay, it's just printing. It mustn't be a specific data, so it's not like you can use the data that we have used or work with. Just what you have to do is follow up what we taught on the class. Try to see if you can print the data and see how it will look on the on the page layout and print preview that we discuss, all of that. Okay, so even if I didn't share hands-on practice, that simply means maybe I was expecting that you can use any. All you have to do is to go through the recorded video, then
I've
use
done that.
any data set available to you, then try to see as if you want to print that data. Then remember we discussed the print preview, the layout, and all of that. So so I hope that helps.
So what about the one you were talking about? You give me 2 hands-on practice to do something. Or
What about what?
the one you said you're going to give me, you said it's two hands-on practice, for example.
Okay, yeah. I will send you a hands-on practice, then an assignment.
Assignment, yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's when this the recorded video is ready. Okay, then you have access in our learning this thing on the drive. You have access to the hands-on practice and the assignment there.
All right.
Yes. So that's let me stop sharing so that we can.
So when are we having our next class? It will be on Tuesday or Monday.
Sorry?
I say, when are we having our next class?
Next
Okay,
week.
this one will be after when I pass my.
After you finish, but definitely we'll be starting next week. So once you finish the assignment and the hands-on practice, then by next week you will resume.
Because you said they are going to give me that the hands-on practice and assignment will be a week something. That's what you said the other time.
I said it will be.
A week something. I don't know. You say you will make it 2. So
It depends. It takes your time. It doesn't as long as you followed up with this class. It doesn't even. Though I might give you 1 week. Understand the whole of next week so that you do it. But I know that it's not going to be tough for you because definitely I know you're following up. But what happen is okay. You want us to have maybe a 1 week break for you to do the assignment.
No.
And stuff like that.
No.
So let's see how that works. What matters is that okay, what will happen is that when you finish the assignment, then you can let me know that you're done with the assignment. Then I will now let you know if we are going to have a class the same next week or if we have to start from upper week. But I want you to do something and share on the WhatsApp group. Understand? Do something, create something, organize even when you create it.
The ones I've been creating, I don't create plenty where I don't save.
You can
Design by myself and everything.
You can share what you did. I skip my mind to tell you, understand? You have to share what you did so that they will know that something is going on. They will know it's not just a cocktail. So share what you did. You can even share what you did on the social media. People will know. You will become accountable to your audience.
No, the reason why I don't want to share it, the reason why I don't want to share it on social media is just I don't want anybody to know what I'm doing for now until I'm done. So I will only share my certificate and everything.
All right.
So if I want to, you understand?
All right.
If I want to put this thing, it will be remembrance.
Okay. No problem.
So
just share in the WhatsApp group. To know that you're actually all you have done. Start sharing. In fact, that might even be your assignment for now until you receive the main assignment. Those you have done, share, because sharing your data insight is part of what you do as a data analysis. So organize. When you clean your data, you can share and tell a story. Tell what you did there. Because storytelling is another skill of a data analysis. You can tell a story that, okay, you receive this data set, maybe how it looks before and how after you perform a cleaning, maybe data cleaning and all of that, how it now looks. That's how you can tell a story, steps that you do, tools that you use, techniques that you applied. Understand? This will help you very well because it involves storytelling and the presentation. So do that on the WhatsApp group. You do that maybe tomorrow or in the next, or even that 1 week that we used to wait before the intermediate start. You use it to share what you have done on the WhatsApp group. Keep on sharing and sharing. People know that you actually done something before we now start the intermediate. Okay.
All right.
All right. So thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome.
If you come across this video, please remember to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe now so that you can be able to see more content like this. Hit the notification button, subscribe and hit the notification button so that you will always get a notification when we upload a new video. Thank you for joining us.
All right. See you.
Thank you.